रूपम स्वाग्रजातं सहगन रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगन ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च नमयों विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्तेषु तारिणे वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यः वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 रामो राम रामो हरे हरे। सर्वशास्त्राभ्युपीयूष सर्ववेदैकसत्फल सर्वसिद्ध्यान्तरत्नाढ्यः सर्वलोकैकदिक्प्रद सर्वभागवतप्राणो श्रीमद्भागवत प्रभो कलिध्वंसोदित आदित्य श्रीकृष्ण परिवर्तित परमानंद पाठाय प्रेमवर्षाक्षरायते सर्वदा सर्वसेव्याय श्रीकृष्णाय नमस्तुते। मदेको बंधु मत्संगी मद्गुरो मन्महाधन मन्निस्तारक मद्भाग्य मदानंद नमस्तुते। असाधो साधु तो दायिनति नीचोच्चता कर हान मुंच कदाचिन मां प्रेमना कंठयोस्फुर। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 रामो राम राम हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्ति भगवती नैष्टिकी मूकं प्रतिभाशालं पंगुलंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदिनचारिणम्। Hare Krishna, we welcome all of you to our Bhagavad Gita class. So we are studying today chapter 16, Canto 4. So first of all, we will recite the verses. All the 26 slokas are there, and 27 slokas are there. Sorry. I hope all of you have Srimad Bhagavatam in front of you, because I will share the screen later on. Now I am seeing from Bengali Srimad Bhagavatam because I wanted to see the Bengali text for recitation. So you all can see your Bhagavatam recite from. We'll recite together the entire chapter, all the shlokas. Then I will share the screen, show the purport from my screen in English. Maitre uvacha iti brvanam ripatim kayaka muni choditaha tushtu manasas tadbhagam rita sevaya nalam vayam te mahimanu varnane yodeva varyo vatataramaya Benanga jatasya cha paurushanite vachaspati namapi babhru murdhriya athapyudara shravasah prithorhare kalavatarasya kathamritadita yathopadesham munibhi prachodita slaghyani karmani vayam vitanmahi esha dharma bhitam sreshto lokam dharmenu vartayan गुप्ताच धर्म सेतु नाम शास्ता तत्परिबंधिनाम एष वै लोकपालानां बिभर्त्येकस्तनोतनुः काले काले यथा भागं लोकयोरुभयोर्हितम् वसुकाल उपादत्ते काले चायं विमुञ्चति समः सर्वेषु भूतेषु प्रतपं सूर्यवद्विभुः तितिक्षत्यक्रमं वैन्यं उपर्याक्रमतामपि भूतानां करुणः शश्वदार्तानां क्षितिवृत्तिमान् देवे वर्षत्यसो देव नरदेवो वपुर्हरि कृच्छ्रप्राणः प्रजा ह्येष रक्षिष्यत्यं जसेन्द्रवत्। आप्यायोत्यसो लोकं वदनामृतमूर्तिना सानुरागावलोकेन विषगस्मितचारुणा अव्याक्तवर्त्मेश निगूढ़ कार्यो गंभीर वेधा उपगुप्त वित्तः अनंत महात्म्या गुणैक धामा ऋतुः प्रचेता इव संवृतात्मा दुरासदो दुर्विषः दुरासः दुर्विषः असन्नोऽपि विदूरवत् नैवाभि भवितुं शक्य वेनारण्योत्थितो नलः अंतर्बहिश्च भूतानां पश्यन् कर्माणि चारणे दासीन इवाध्यक्षो वायुरात्मेव देहिनां नादण्ड्यं दण्डयत्येषा सूतमात्मद्विषामपि दण्डयत्यात्मजमपि दण्ड्यं धर्मपथे स्थितः अस्या प्रतिहतं चक्रं पृथो रामानसा चलत् वर्तते भगवानर्को यावत् प्रतिगोगने रञ्जयिष्यति यल्लोकम् अयमात्मो विचेष्टिते अथामुमाहु राजानां मनोरञ्जन प्रजा दृढव्रतः सत्यसन्धो ब्रह्मण्यो वृद्धसेवकः शरण्यः सर्वभूतानां मानदो दीनवत्सलः मातृभक्तिः परस्त्रीषु पत्न्यामर्ध्य इवात्मनः प्रजासु पितृवत् स्निग्धः किंकर ब्रह्मवादिनां देहिनामात्मवत्प्रेष्ठः सुहृदां नन्दिवर्धनः मुक्तसंग प्रसंगोऽयं दञ्जपाणिरसाधुषु अयं तु साक्षात् भगवान् श्रद्धीशः कूटस्थ आत्मा कलयावतीर्णः यस्मिन्न विद्या रचितं निरर्थकं पश्यन्ति नानात्वमपि प्रतीतम् अयं भुवो मण्डलमोदयाद्रेर्गुप्तेर्विलो नरदेवनाथ अस्थाय जैत्रं रथमात्य चापः पर्यस्यते दक्षिणतो यथार्कः अस्मे नृपालाः किल तत्र बलिं भरिष्यन्ति सलोकपालाः मंस्यन्त एषां श्रिय आदिराजं चक्रायुधं तद्यश उद्धरन्त्यः अयं महीगां दुदुहेधिराजः प्रजापतिर्वृत्तिकरः प्रजानां यो लीलयाद्रीन्श्वस रासकोट्या भिन्दं समां गाम करोद्यथेन्द्र विस्फूर्जयं नाजगवं धनुं स्वयं यदा चदक्ष्मामविशह्यमाजौ तदा निलील्यूर्दिशि दिश्य सन्तो लाङ्गूल मुद्यं यथा मृगेन्द्रः एषोऽश्वमेधां शतमाजहार सरस्वती प्रादुर्भावि यत्र अपहार्षिद्यस्याहं पुरन्दरः चक्रमे वर्तमाने एष स्वस्वद्मोपवने समेत्य सनत्कुमारं भगवन्त्यमेकम् आराध्य भक्त्या लभतामलं तज् ज्ञानं यतो ब्रह्म परं विदन्ति तत्र गिरस्तास्ता इति विश्रुत विक्रमः श्रोष्यत्यात्मश्रिता गाथा पृथुर्पराक्रमः दिशो विजित्या प्रतिरुद्ध चक्रः स्वतेजसत्पाटितलोकशल्यः सुरासुरेन्द्रैरुपगीयमाना महानुभावो भवितापतिर्भुवः हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामो 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So we saw the texts, the shlokas. So now before we start the translation and purports, I want to discuss a few things. How do we study Srila Prabhupada's books and Bhagavatam? A few techniques that I would like to share that you can follow in our personal study. Many of you might be following them, and many of you might be following some better, more techniques. But few of them we discussed today. First of all, suppose we are in Mayapur Dham and we are roaming around in Mayapur Dham, walking nearby the temple. Suddenly some TV reporters come or some news channel come and ask you, okay, can you please explain me, elaborate something about that entire thing or your philosophy? Or suppose you are going to Calcutta, you are walking in the college street or somewhere, and suddenly some TV channels, they are going and making some street report or different things. And suddenly they found you and they put the mic and camera in front of you, okay, live camera action. And they are asking you that, who are you? You said that my name is this and I am coming from ISKCON. Okay, ISKCON. What is ISKCON and what is the philosophy of ISKCON? Then you said that I belong to Gaudiya Vaishnavism. ISKCON belongs to Gaudiya Vaishnavism. So what is Gaudiya Vaishnavism? You have 2 minutes. Within 2 minutes, we have to summarize what is Gaudiya Vaishnavism or what is the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. 1 or 2 minutes or a few words, just say 1 minute. So what can you say at that time? Summarize entire thing in Krishna consciousness. So anybody like to volunteer here? I can unmute you and you can speak about that. There is an option in Zoom. You can raise your hand. Hand raise, one option is there. Okay, okay. Prem Sundar Prabhu is there, but what is your ID name? Because I'm not seeing your name here. Is this your name? Pannaga Srinivasan. Is it your name, Prabhuji? I am not hearing you, but you're speaking something. Pannaga. I think only one name with P, so I assume that you are that. Okay. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Do 7 books are here. 6 books are supposed to be there. 1 Bharakanda, 8 books. That 1 book total.
Yeah, can I say something? Haribol. Hare Krishna, Padmukhanivai Prabhu, can I say something? Can you hear me? Haribol. Can you hear me? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So in a few words, if we have to say what is Krishna conscious philosophy, I would say that we are all eternal children of God and servants of God, and our duty is to love God and serve Him. That is the ultimate goal of life. That is our main philosophy.
Yeah, that's very good. Thank you very much, Prabhu. So what Prabhu said is so what Prabhu said is basically Sambandha Vidya Prayojan. So our Acharyas very nicely gave us this Sambandha Vidya idea of Sambandha Vidya Prayojan. They summarize the entire thing, Krishna consciousness, into this Sambandha Vidya and Prayojan. So often you see, I ask this question to in class to devotees, and sometimes we can see devotees they're thinking of what to say. What can you say in short? But Krishna consciousness is as simple as the Acharyas explained. I hope you can see. Sambandha. So what is Sambandha means? Literally, sambandha means relationship, or it can also means the swarupa. Swarupa means the characteristics, the, like Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, Akriti Prakriti Swarupa Lakshan. Akriti, the identity, Swarupa means identity, or the form, the qualities, the habit, the characteristics. These are called, in a word, sambandha. So this sambandha is between three things. Three things we will see. Ishvara, Jiva, Ishvara and Jiva and Prakriti. So what are the Swarupa, or what is the Swarupa of Ishvara? Or what is the identity of Ishvara, Supreme Lord? His qualities, his name, form, glories, his characteristics, his activities, his ocean of mercy, his ocean of all the mellows, all the rasas, all these things comes in sambandha. And about Jiva, who is Jiva? What is his relationship with sambandha with the Ishvara? And what is his eternal qualification, eternal occupational duties? What are his eternal occupational duties, and what are his qualities? And what are the differences between Ishvara and Jiva? So these are called sambandha. And Prakriti. What is Prakriti? What is the relationship between Ishvara and Prakriti? Then Prakriti and Jiva, then Jiva and Ishvara. All these things are called sambandha. So, yes. So anything related to this comes in the philosophy, you can put them under the category of sambandha. Then comes Avideya. Then comes Avideya. Avideya means the process, or what to do. What to do, Avideya. What is the duty of living beings, of jivas? So if we discuss that, what is Avideya, then different kinds of Avideya may come. Karma, Gyan, Dhyan, worshipping demigods, worshipping the Pitri Purushas, and different kinds of people will say different things. But we devotees, for us, Avideya is devotional service, Bhakti Yoga. More specifically, if we say, that is Shuddha Bhakti Yoga. That is our main process, Avideya. And what is Prayojana? The ultimate aim. What am I going to get after following this Avideya? What am I going to get? So that is, so now those who follow Jnana, Karma and Yoga and other things, they have their own respective goals of life, ultimate Prayojana. But for us, as we are Bhakti Yogi, we are following Bhakti. So our Prayojana is Krishna Prem. For us, Krishna Prem is the ultimate goal. This is our Vidya. So, in short, this is our philosophy of Krishna consciousness, Sambandha, Vidya and Prayojana. So our Acharyas very nicely, they again explain this thing, just like there is a famous verse, famous sloka. Arabdhya Bhagavan Brajashatanaya Stadhama Vrindavanam Ramyam Kvachid Upasana Brajavadhu Vargena Yakalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanamamalam Yad Vaishnava Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanamamalam Prema Pumartho Mahan Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Matamidam Tatradaro Nopara. This sloka was compiled by Srila Srinath Chakravarti, the spiritual master of Srila Kavi Karnapur, who was the son of Shivananda Sen. So Kavi Karnapur's spiritual master Srinath Chakravarti, he composed this verse. And in fact, he wrote one particular commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, entire commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhashya. And the purpose of that commentary was to prove this sloka. So in this sloka, he talks about 5 points. And in his commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, he wanted to prove these 5 points. What are the 5 points? First of all, Aradhya Bhagavan. Worshipable deity. Who is the worshipable deity? Aradhya Bhagavan. So that is Brajesha Tanaya. Aradhya Bhagavan is Brajesha Tanaya or Krishna. Same personality. And secondly, just like Tadhama Vrindavanam, Tadhama, his Prabhupada actually name, forms, his qualities, and his vibhutis, his devotees, all are to be worshipped like him. So, Tadhama Vrindavanam. Third is how to worship him. What is the standard of worship him? Ramya, or in short, Brajabadhu Vargena Yakalpita. How to worship him? Just like the gopis did. Process. Madhurya Maryadaya, the highest standard. Mahaprabhu taught us Madhurya Maryadaya. Now, the Pramana. Is Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam Pramana Mamalam Prema Pumartham. And the fifth is goal. So now here, these first 2 points, they are Sambandha, then comes Avideya, and this comes Prayojana. Prayojana. Sambandha Avideya Prayojana. So, first of all, Krishna, who is the worshipable deity, supreme worshipable deity, he is Krishna. Not other demigods, not Brahma, Shiva, or Kartik, Ganesha, nobody else. Krishna is Aradhya Bhagavan. Then just like he is worshipable, similarly his name, form, qualities, activities, his abode, all are to be worshipped like him. So these two are Sambandha. Then how to worship him? The highest standard or process is Ramya Kvachid Upasana Rajapatu Vargena Yakalpita, just like the gopis did. And then Prayojana. Okay, what is the ultimate goal of life? What do we achieve? After we follow this process, what do we get in life? That is the ultimate goal. Prema Pumarthamaha. Now, what is the use of this point? Pramana. What is the use of this? Pramana means the evidence of knowledge, or the evidence we can say, or proof of knowledge, or the basis of knowledge we can say, Pramana. In traditional ways, when they would have some debate, between two parties. So first of all, you need to set up a common basis of understanding, common ground of knowledge. Without that, how do you debate? Suppose one Mayavadi comes, or some Brahmavadis or some Arya Samajist people come, and you are doing debate with them, and you are quoting something from Bhagavatam, or from the other Puranas. And the Arya Samaj people will say that no, we don't follow this. We don't accept this Bhagavatam as authentic. Quote something from Vedas. And you will say that no, I accept Bhagavatam as the ultimate pramana. I will quote from Bhagavatam only. But they will say no, we don't accept Bhagavatam as the ultimate pramana. So how can you go ahead with the debate? Two parties are having two different sets of ideology or different sets of ground of knowledge. So therefore, in the debate, first of all, there should be a mediator, a neutral person. And then you need to set up pramana. What is the basis of knowledge? Based on what you will discuss. I heard one story of His Holiness Radha Govinda Maharaj. He was in Varanasi. So some people, some pandits came to him for discussing some different things with him for some debate. So Maharaj asked them that, okay, do you accept Bhagavad Gita? Yes, we accept Bhagavad Gita as the pramanik, as the ultimate authentic scripture. So Maharaj said, okay, let us discuss entire topic based on Bhagavad Gita. You accept Bhagavad Gita, I accept Bhagavad Gita, let us discuss based on this only. So they discussed based on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And Maharaj defeated them. They were trying to go to other scriptures as well. Okay, no, that's Shastra says no. Maharaj said no, only Bhagavad Gita. Today we are discussing based on Bhagavad Gita. This is our pramana. Based on this, we will discuss. So similarly, when we discuss with different people, different groups of people, or different philosophies, unless and until we set up the pramana, we cannot do that. We need the pramana first. So therefore, Srila Jiva Goswami, when he started writing his Sandarbhas, first Sandarbha he wrote is Tattva Sandarbha, and in Tattva Sandarbha first he wrote Pramana Khanda. There he systematically based, first of all, he proves that, established that Vedas are Pramanik or authentic, supremely, ultimately. And then based on Vedas, he proved that how Puranas, Smritis are also Pramanik, authentic. And then based on Vedas, Shrutis and Smritis, he proved that how Srimad Bhagavatam is ultimately the supreme scripture or supremely bona fide authentic scripture. And then in entire Sandarbha, he just keeps on quoting based on Srimad Bhagavatam, because he established this point that Srimad Bhagavatam is the ultimate pramana. So therefore, we need to establish first of all how Srimad Bhagavatam is the ultimate scripture. We devotees in Gaudiya Sampradaya, in ISKCON, we accept Bhagavatam as the supreme scripture as Prabhupada gave it. Oh, wonderful, fine. But when you go outside for preaching, especially in India, you find different kind of people, different kind of challenges you find. And one of the challenges is this kind of people. Those who know some scripture, they read some Vedas, some this, some that, and they don't accept Bhagavatam. And these people will come and argue with you, debate with you, and different things they will do with you. So therefore, we need to understand that how Srimad Bhagavatam is the supreme scripture. We need to establish this. Often we can see that just like in one place in Bangladesh, recently they were telling me that some of our ISKCON devotees, they went in a debate with some Anukul Chandra, Anukul Baba, his followers. Some debate they were doing. And in that debate, our ISKCON devotees got defeated. They were quoting some from some Puranas and all. And these people, they didn't accept Puranas. They all quoted some from other places. So that was not a system of debate. They quoted something from Prabhupada's books and different things. So they couldn't do it. So that system should be there. If we at all go there for debate and all, that is different thing. But even if in our preaching also we go, sometimes we may find this kind of things. So why I showed that is, while studying Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita and Chaitanya and other scriptures, we can carefully notice this thing. Sometimes we just read the books and go ahead, without much contemplation and without much vichara. We just do Bhagavad Path. We don't do Bhagavad Vichara much. So we're supposed to do Bhagavad Vichara, analyze what is there. So in Prabhupada's purports, why I showed this, that when we study Prabhupada's purports, we will try to find out, we will try to figure out and try to see that what is Sambandha, what is Avidya, what is Prayojana. Different lines, different things Prabhupada is describing there, discussing there. So what is Sambandha, what is Avidya, what is Prayojana? Different verses, what is Sambandha, what is Avidya, what is Prayojana? Just like we can discuss verses from Bhagavad Gita. when Krishna talks about Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samannita. Everything emanates from me and I am all in all. So that verse comes under Sambandha Avideya Prayojana. Which verse it comes under? What can you say? Anybody can answer here? Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. I think 10.8 or what? Or 10. That verse is there. So that text, particular shloka, will fall under which category? Sambandha Avideya Prayojana. You can write in the chat box. This particular flow 10.8. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds, and everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. So this particular text comes under Sambandha or Avideya or Prayojana. What is that? What is the answer? Please somebody answer here. The chat box you can answer. What is happening here? Okay, Sambandha, many answers. Thank you very much. This comes under Sambandha. Why? Because here the Lord talks about himself, that I am the source of everything. So then we talk the next verse. Machittamad gato prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mamityam tushyanti chadamanticha. The thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service. And they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. So what is this? Sambandha Avideya Prayojana. What is this? Avideya. Okay. Thank you very much. This is Avideya. So similarly, we can see Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam Yame Bhakta Prayachati. Lord talks about that you worship me, how to worship him. Manmana Bhavamad Bhakta. These verses talks about devotional service. Some verses talks about the Swarupa of the living beings. Some verses talks about the Swarupa of the Supreme Lord, just like the Aham Sarvasya Prabhava. Some verses talks about the Prakriti. Dhumira Panalo Vayu Khammana Buddhi Revacha. So these are Sambandha. And some verses talks about Prayojana, getting the ultimate goal of life as well. So here you can see so likewise, while reading the verses, reading the purpose, we will try to figure it out. First of all, what is the Sambandha with the Prayojana? So these are the 5 things. So now if someone asks us, what is your philosophy of Krishna consciousness? We can tell the Sambandha with the Prayojana, and also we can elaborate and tell these 5 things, 5 points. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Matamidam Tatradaranopraha. These are the Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Matamidam Tatra Adaranoparaha. These 5 points, these are the opinions or the philosophy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And we supremely take place or we supremely follow them. Tatra Adaraha. We do Adaraha. How to translate Adaraha? Means we follow that. We supremely follow those. Tatra Adaraha. No Paraha. Supremely. So, share of example of Prayojana. So what can be the example of Prayojana? Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, okay, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur gives the example of Prayojana. Let me. Ananyaschintayanto mam yejana paryupasate tesham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshema bahamyaham samaham sarva bhuteshu name dveshvasti na priyaha Ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya mayi te teshu chapiham. That is the prayojanam. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says these are prayojan. So now, as we saw that, another point in short I would like to summarize is that Bhaktivinoda Thakur also gave another masterpiece on this philosophy, Dashamul Shiksha. I hope many of you might be familiar with the Dashamul Shiksha. Just like we have 5 points here, similarly Bhaktivinoda Thakur gave 10 points. So these 10 points also you can keep in mind. Often we can see devotees, they are studying, we are studying Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, we study everything. But then when we ask them to summarize the philosophy, and we are not able to do that. We think that it is scattered, things are scattered different ways. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Acharyas, they tried to do the thematic compilation. In thematic way, they brought everything together. So in Dashamul Shiksha also, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he talks about Pramana and the Prameyas. So here, this is the Pramana. And other 1, 2, 3, and 5. These are the Prameyas. Pramana means the evidence, the proof. And Prameya means what is proven. That is Prameya. Similarly, Bhaktivinoda Thakur talked about Dashamul Shiksha. So point 1, Pramana. That is the famous verse. Dashamul Thakur gave this. Okay, I think I have it here. Let us discuss from here itself. Amnaya praha tattvam harimihe paramam sarvashaktim rasabdhim tad bhinnamshamsha jivan prakriti kavalitam tad vimuktamsha bhavat bheda bheda prakasham sakalamapi harehe sadhanam shuddhya bhakti sadhyam tatpriti vetyupadishati janan gaurachandra swayam saha. So 10 points are there. First of all, Prameya, Pramana. The teachings of the Vedas received through Guru Parampara are known as Amnaya or the Vedas. Amnaya. The infallible evidence of the Vedas, of the Smriti Shastras headed by Srimad Bhagavatam, as well as evidence such as direct sense perception, Pratyaksha, that concur with the guidance of the Vedas, are all accepted as Pramana, evidence. This Pramana establishes the following Prameyas. Second, point 2. Paramatatva. Sri Hari abode, Sri Hari alone is the supreme absolute truth. Harim iha paramam. Harim iha paramam. Just like we have the verse Matta prataram nanyat kinchidasya dhananjaya. Similarly, this verse, this point says that he is the Paramatatva. Harim iha paramam. Sarva Shaktim. Sri Krishna is the possessor of all potency. Sarva Shakti. Akhila Rasamrita Sindhu. He is the ocean of nectarine billows. Akhila Rasamrita Sindhu. Bibhinnamsha Tattva. Then, so point 2, 3, and 4. You're seeing it? Oh, this document is not editable. I can't comment here. Okay, whatever. So then comes point 2, 3, 4. These are about the Supreme Lord, Ishvara. Just like we saw that in Sambandha, Ishvara, Jiva, and Prakriti. So point 2, 3, and 4 discusses about Ishvara. And then point 5, 6, 7 discusses about Jiva, Bhivinnamsha Tattva. Both the Mukta and Vadhya Jivas are his eternally separated parts and parcels. So we have two kinds of expansions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One is Swamsha expansion, another is Bhivinnamsha expansion. Swamsha means his own expansion, non-different from him. They are the Vishnu Tattvas. Ram, Narsimha, Varaha, Vamana, they are Swamsha expansions. And Bhivinnamsha expansions are called his separated expansions, the Jivas, the living beings. It is said that the Swamshas, they don't have different personality, different existence other than the Supreme Lord. Just like Narsimha Dev and Krishna, they are not different personality, same personality. They don't have swatantrata, they don't have free will. It's not like that Krishna is saying go right, Narsimha Dev will say go left. A difference of opinion, no. The same personality, same opinion, same personality. But between the Jiva and the Ishvara, they are separate. They can have different opinions. Jivas have free will, swatantrata. So the Lord can say right, Jiva can say left also. So that's why they are Vivinnamsha, separated. So Jivas are Vivinnamsha Tattva and Vishnu Tattvas are Swamsha Tattva. Then Baddha Jivas. Point 6. Conditioned souls are subject to the control of hovering of Maya. The 7 is Mukta Jivas, liberated souls are free from Maya. Free from Maya. So 5, 6, and 7, these 3 points talks about Jivas. Now point 8 talks about the Achintya Vedavet Tattva in general with Ishvara, Jiva, and Prakriti all together. Achintya Vedavet Tattva, the entire universe, Prakriti, consisting of consciousness and unconscious, is Sri Hari's Achintya Vedavet Prakasha. That is to say, it is his manifestation which is inconceivably both different and non-different from him. Achintya Vedavet Tattva. So Jiva, Ishvara, Prakriti, Achintya Vedavet Tattva. Then point 9 is Avideya, point 10 is Prayojana. Okay, Deepak Govinda Prabhu is asking Swamshas and Vivinnamshas explanation you wanted to hear again. So the Lord has two kinds of expansions. Swamsha and Vivinnamsha. Swamsha means Vishnu Tattva. Jiva Tattva. Swamsha means Swa, his own, means although both came from Krishna. Okay. Both came from Krishna, but the Swamshas are his own expansions. Bhivinnamshas means separated expansions. Bhivinna means separated expansions. So Swamshas, they are same as Krishna, own expansions. They have, the main is they have free will. And they don't have free will. They are same with Krishna. They are same personality. So all the Vishnu Tattvas, Ram, Narasimha, Varaha, they are the Swamshas. And the Jivas, demigods, Jivas, Devas, all of them, they are Vivinnamshas. They have their free will. Jiva Tattva means Vivinnamsha. So I hope this is clear. So this is the point here about Baddha Jivas. Now point 9 is Shuddha Bhakti. Pure devotional service is the only practice to attain perfection. And point 10 is Krishna Priti, Prayojana. Transcendental love and affection for Krishna is the only final object of attainment. Is the only final object of attainment. So this document I can share with you in WhatsApp or email. If those who are interested, they can go through. And then Bhaktivinoda Thakur gave shlokas for each 10 points. For each 10 points, he further elaborates them, explains them through different shlokas. And then he quotes, actually Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote a book called Dashamul Shiksha. And there he gave Gita Dashamul, Amnaya Dashamul, then Bhagavat Dashamul, Chaitanya Charitamrita Dashamul. That means he quoted verses from Bhagavad Gita under each 10 categories and showed them how Bhagavad Gita verses can be categorized under all the 10 categories. Then he quoted verses from Bhagavatam, few verses he quoted from Bhagavatam under each categories, from Chaitanya Charitamrita also, Upanishads also. So that is available in Bengali as well, but English I don't know, maybe some translation might be available. Like the Jiva is eternally separated, Super Soul is the different Jivas are not separated. Is that correct? Like Jiva is eternally separated, Super Soul is the different Jivas are not separated. Yeah, Super Soul, they are Krishna's own, that comes under Swamsha only. Like we can say that first of all, Krishna expanded himself into Balaram. First expansion is Balaram. Then from Balaram came Chaturbhuja, first quadruple incarnations, Vasudeva, Pradyumna, Anuruddha, Sankarshan. So that Sankarshan is called Mool Sankarshan. So from that Mool Sankarshan came second Chaturbhuja, again Vasudeva, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, that is Mahasankarshan. So from Mahasankarshan came Karanadakshay Vishnu, who is, okay, let us just do some fun with this. Okay. If we see like this, although it is exactly not like this, but Acharyas explain, they also say it's exactly not like this, but still to give us an impression, okay, how is it, just to give some idea. We have the idea of 4 quarters. So this 3 are spiritual world, 1 is material world. Tripad Vibhuti and Ekpad Vibhuti. Just an idea that Acharyas gave us. So in Tripad Vibhuti, there are eternal, all the abodes of Lord Vaikuntha Dhams are there, and lots of incarnations of Lord are there. The supreme topmost Dham, let us see, that is Goloka. And there besides Krishna. Krishna is there in Goloka. From Krishna comes Balaram. Then from Balaram comes first, then there comes second, and they are, if we explain them, they are Vasudev, and Aniruddha. So from this Sankarshan comes in material world as Karanadakshay Vishnu or Mahavishnu. As Mahavishnu. So suppose let us say Karanadakshay Vishnu. In Karanadaksha ocean, he lies here. And from his inhale and exhale, that all the different universes come, Brahmandas come, that is creation. They come different size, different like this, like Buddha they say, like bubbles in the ocean. Different Brahmandas keep on coming. And it is also said, I don't know what the reference, but it is also said that our Brahmanda is the smallest and that is the nearest, closest to Mahavishnu. I didn't read it anywhere, but I heard it from some devotees. So whatever. So suppose this is our Brahmanda. So let us discuss about our Brahmanda. Let us zoom in. This is zoom out. Let us go and zoom in. Suppose this Brahmanda we are discussing about. This is our Brahmanda. So Karanadakshay Vishnu expands himself into Garbhadakshay Vishnu. And he enters in. So Karanadakshay Vishnu then comes Garbhadakshay. So he enters here, and he sees that Brahmanda is empty, as we read in 13th also. So he emanates his sweat, his transcendental sweat. So, and he fills the Brahmanda into half, universe into half. That is Garbhadaksha Samudra, Garbhadaka ocean. And then on this Garbhadaka ocean, he sleeps on Anantashesh. And he Anantashesh, and Lakshmi Devi is here serving his lotus feet. And from his navel comes this lotus. In this lotus comes Brahma. Garbhadakshay Vishnu comes the lotus and comes Brahma. So Brahma does tapasya and for 1,000 celestial years, and then the Lord gave him darshan. And then Brahma, he divided this lotus stem into 14 parts, that is called 14 Brahmandas. And then he creates jivas. Then he creates different planets and different jivas. So then this Garbhadakshay Vishnu, he expands himself as Kshiradakshay Vishnu. Vishnu. And he enters into each and every living beings. Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastha. So this Kshiradakshay Vishnu, and he is called the maintainer of entire universe, or the Brahmanda. So he is the source of all the incarnations. When the incarnations come, actually Kshiradakshay Vishnu incarnates. And when you talk about Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, so that Vishnu actually we refer to actually Kshiradakshay Vishnu, who maintains Palana Shakti. So he is called the super soul. Super soul of all the living beings, of super soul of the jivas. Super soul in jivas. And this Garbhadakshay Vishnu is called the super soul of entire universe. He is called the of a particular individual Brahmanda, particular universe. And Karanadakshay Vishnu is called the super soul of entire material creation. He is also super soul of entire creation, material world. So therefore, all the three Vishnu Tattvas are also called as super souls. So therefore, they are Samsha. They are the expansions of Balaramji, and then first, ultimately Krishna. So they are also Swamsha Tattva. And they are not separated. So that's where this way Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains that. I will share that. So why I shared this is that this is another way when we study, we can try to find out Dashamul Shiksha. This point, these philosophical points, we can make notes based on this, and we can make our study. We can try to figure it out how these things are there. So different angles, we can try to look into Prabhupada's purpose and the philosophy. Try to find out Dashamul Shiksha, then try to find out Sambandha with the Prayojana, then try to find out these 5 points what Prabhupada said, this Srinath Chakravarti talks about. Then also in our Bhakti Shastri Bhakti we have standard 8 aims of Shastic study, preaching application, then personal application, knowledge, memory recall, understanding, then Vaishnava etiquette, Vaishnava integrity, then Vaishnava culture, and all this. So these are also nice, wonderful, important. We can look into the purpose of Prabhupada. But amongst them, I would like to point out one particular thing, that is mood and mission of Srila Prabhupada. That is, I would say, one of the very important. Other things are as well very important, preaching application, personal application, we can identify from purpose ourselves. But mood and mission, often we refer as why do we need to understand mood and mission of Prabhupada? My father, he was a very honest person, good man. Everybody loved him, very moral person. Somebody asked, Gopijan asked that, is Goloka part of Sripada Vibhuti or above Sripada? As soon as my understanding is part of Sripada Vibhuti. Spiritual world is called Sripada Vibhuti, and material world is called Ekpada Vibhuti. And amongst the spiritual world, the topmost place is Golok Vrindavan. So, if I understand, it's part of Sripada Vibhuti. So as I was saying that my father, he was a very moral person, and he had a big dream. His dream was to start a school in our village, native village. He wanted to start a school for all the poor kids, but he couldn't do it because he didn't have money. So he instructed me at the time of his death. He was dying, and he instructed me that, my dear son, I had a great desire, dream that I wanted to start a school in my village. So if you get some money, please start the school. So my father died. So now I am thinking that, okay, this was the last wish of my father. I should fulfill it somehow. So now I take some bribe, or I steal some money. I do some snatching activity, different things. In some illegal way, I collect some money and I start a school in my village. And I opened this inauguration day. I said that, announced in the mic that, okay, my father wanted it. Today my father might be very pleased that we started this school and all. So the mission of my father accomplished, starting school. Yeah, father wanted to start a school, fine, I started a school, that's all. But what was his mood? Would he agree to me that I collected the money in some wrong, illegal way, unethical way, and started a school? No, never. Because he was a moral personality. So although the mission was accomplished, but the mood was not accomplished. Operation successful, patient died. So we need to understand what is the mood and mission of Prabhupada. What did Prabhupada want and how did Prabhupada want? So this is called mission. What did Prabhupada want? What did Prabhupada want? And mission means how and why. How and why did he want it? Suppose once devotees came to Prabhupada and said that, Prabhupada, we found a new nice way, nice technique. What is that? We will send one for brahmachari in disguise, in some karmi clothes, in short pants and some cap and all, and they will not have tilak and all, in some karmi clothes. And when we will go for book distribution in the street, that devotee in disguise as a karmi, he will come and he will quarrel with us, try to make some noise with us in the street, marketplace. So then other people will come and gather around us, what is happening here. Then we will argue, we will fight with each other. And after some time, the devotee in karmi cloth, in disguise, he will accept, he will admit defeat. And he will beg forgiveness from us, and we will forgive him, and he will buy some books from us. And so other people who gathered around, they will be so happy. Wow, these devotees are so expert and so wonderful way they defeated this person, aggressive person. So we should buy some books. So nice trick, nice idea. But Srila Prabhupada didn't accept it. because we are Brahmanas. We should deal in Brahmanical way. Yes, Prabhupada wanted to do book distribution, but it's a Brahmanical way. Now, Prabhupada said, by hooks and crooks, distribute books. These quotes are there. Somehow or other, distribute books. I will be very happy. This is my most, dearmost service. You can please me. Many things Prabhupada say. But that does not mean we can do anything and everything. Suppose I was a terrorist before coming to Krishna consciousness. I had that habit of snatching people and trying to frighten people, threatening people. So now I go as a sadhu for distributing Prabhupada's book, but nobody is buying. People are chastising me. So now I think that Prabhupada said that anyhow I should distribute books by hook or crook. So let me take a knife tomorrow. With knife, I will go and threaten people. They buy books, otherwise I will kill you. And in that way, I will distribute thousands of books. And Prabhupada is pleased with me. So no, that is not the way, definitely. So one is mission, one is mood. What did Prabhupada want and how did he want, that we need to understand. Then otherwise, we may be very enthusiastic to please Srila Prabhupada and please Mahaprabhu, but we may not please him. So therefore, we need to understand his mood and mission from his books. What did he want about all the aspects? How should devotees preach? How should devotees practice? How should devotees understand the philosophy? What did Prabhupada want about this particular philosophy, particular ideology? What did Prabhupada say? That is parampara. Asharyera mot jai shei mot shah taro agya longhi chole shei tosha. Okay, fine. So there are many other things. I just thought of giving a short presentation before starting the class here. Actually, I was planning to make a presentation. Already made some of the things, groundwork. I wanted to make some workshop based on this, on how to study Prabhupada's books and practice these things. Many other things are there. So this is just part of this. And another thing, last thing I would try to mention here, then we'll go into purport in the chapter. Another particular technique is just like we read newspaper, or we read newspaper earlier. How did the news appear? News come there and then give a big title, heading. I was recently when going somewhere and somebody was reading newspaper next to me. I was seeing it, what is there. So I saw one big title came, one news came. One the title was there that the father of the groom, he wanted some dowry and the villagers beat him nicely. He was beaten. So in Bengali it was written. So like that, very funny titles they give. So just like the title is there, so with the title it attracts our attention. Or we summarize the entire thing. Entire story you summarize in few words. So when we study the purpose, study the text, we can give different titling different text, different purpose, different themes of Prabhupada chapters or purpose, or different paragraphs. So that way, what will it help with us that we read the translation once and we try to think that, okay, what is, if I am asked that, summarize it within few words, 3-4 words, that's all. What can I say about this particular translation? Then read it again, read it 2, 3, 4, 5 times, then you get some good title, suitable title, nice title. So then write it down. So how does it help is that next time when you read Srimad Bhagavatam, when you read the titles, you can easily connect this with Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, this is what I wrote. I paraphrased this entire translation into my word, just like we have Bhagavad Subodhini. Actually, in Bhagavad Subodhini, first canto, in Bhaktivedanta Vidyapith, when they did it, the first edition, they didn't have much title. So actually, for our batch only, our batch devotees, they started doing it. This was combination of devotees' notes, students' notes. Students, they make some notes and combine together, they published it. And our teacher, they edited something like that. So earlier, they didn't have titles like this, but then I liked it very much from beginning. So I was insisting that Prabhu please put titles in that. So then in all other cantos further, they are putting it. Suppose for example, what I want to say is this translation 22, text 22. This is that. Milking the earth. So this particular phrase, milking the earth. This is the title. So they already gave it in Subodhini, terrifying the thieves. Terrifying the thieves. Sacrifices. They already gave it. So when we study personally, this is their note. They publish the book, find some help for devotees. But actually, all of us, we should have our own individual notes. Like I made notes on Srimad Bhagavatam first canto in Bengali elaborately. And then I was giving to Bengali Bhagavad Gita students in first canto when we were doing it, some printout. So they are following it. And then I uploaded on Desire Tree also. Then I saw that somewhere they are downloading it and they are following it. In one place in Bangladesh, they are having Bhakti Vaibhav. They downloaded them and they printed them on their own for students. So it's fine, they are using it, but actually that I made for my own reference. I made for my own reference. So I will be the most benefited by my own notes. So you will be benefited the most by your own notes. So all of us, we should be inspired to make our own notes while studying Bhagavatam. And these are helping hands are there. Subodhini is there, different things are there. Links are there. The chapter breakdowns are there. So one idea is when you read the translation, you try to put your own title. The second idea is when you read the purport. In purport, you try to put a title. Okay, this is the title of the purport. I had one devotee, we had one devotee in Bangladesh, he was telling me, he is a journalist. So he said when they were doing some journalism course, they gave some seminars, some course they taught them how to give titles. So they said that one technique, he said that put within 6 words. Newspaper, it should not be more than 6 words. An ideal title should be within 6 words, something like that he was telling. So in interesting way, how you can present this verse or this purport. So put a title on the translation, try to put a title on the purport, and then you go inside the purport. When you read the purport once and try to figure it out, what is the essence of the purport, give a title. Then even you can give titles to each paragraph also. Paragraph within one purport, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, paragraph 3. So paragraph 1 talks this, give a small title. Paragraph 2 talks this, paragraph 3 talks this, like that. And then within one paragraph also, you can have 2-3 themes. Suppose in one paragraph, Prabhupada talks about, suppose Bhagavatam 4.4.5. The translation talks about serving Guru, or Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then in the purport, Prabhupada said that Krishna's opulence. His opulences are being talked there. His Aishwarya. Then in paragraph 1, Prabhupada talks about meaning of Bhagavan. Meaning of Bhagavan. Then what is Bhagavan? Then this way you can make your note. Maybe somebody can write down on the book also. They want to make a note on. Okay, Prem Goswami will ask a question. I'll answer that after just saying this. Meaning of Bhagavan. Then what is Bhagavan? The six things. Aishwarya, Virya, then Yashri, Jnana, Vairagya, you write down the 6 points. Then maybe in paragraph 2, Prabhupada talks about Jiva versus Ishvara. Jiva versus Ishvara. So different points he talks. Jiva is Maya Dhin. The Lord is Maya Dhish. Under Maya, Lord is beyond Maya, beyond the control of Maya. The Jiva is under the control of Maya. Different thing he talks. So just like in school you used to do, there will be exam different. So maybe you can make a note, you can make a box in your notebook, you can make a box, okay. Jiva versus Ishvara. Make a box, make a chart like this. Then in purport 3, Prabhupada talks about different, like that, just this is idea. So why I am saying is that, so in that way, the entire purport we are studying scrutinizingly and trying to analyze is, I am making my own note. So that's all. When I try to write it down, I try to make my own, I am meditating on it. I am trying to focus my mind on the philosophy of what is being told here. And then these things are in my mind, in my head, and whatever. So my note is ready. Next time you try to give a class to someone, or you try to give a Bhagavatam class, you can have your note ready. And then what you saw about Brahma Paramatma, no, what? Sambandha with the Prayojana. So in purport 1, meaning of Bhagavan, this is Sambandha. So you write down in the corner, okay, this is Sambandha. Oh, this is also Sambandha. And then my purport 3 talks about process of bhakti. So that is Avideya. And then maybe purport 4, he talks about Krishna Prayojana, whatever. It's not necessary that in one purport itself you will get all Sambandha with the Prayojana. Some purport may talk only about Sambandha. Some purport may talk only about Avideya or something. So then also you can look into from another angle. You can think about, okay, this is maybe in Dashamul Shiksha point 2. Dashamul point 2. Hari Miha Paramam. This is maybe this in Jiva and Ishvara. He talks about Jiva. This maybe point Dashamul point 5. In different way, we can do it. And then also you can look into the purport. Okay, this point, meaning of Bhagavan, this can be understanding what is Bhagavan means. Understanding the Jiva versus Ishvara. This also can be understanding. This also can be preaching application. Preaching how to establish this point of Jiva versus Ishvara. Difference is there. They are not the same. Preaching application. And process of bhakti, we can have it personally, different things. Then mood and mission, what did Prabhupada want. So in that way, we can prepare ourselves. We study the purport, and this purport is prepared for us. If we want to give class, also we can just repeat it as it is. Giving class is not something that I have to speak some lofty things and I should be supremely realized. We may not be that much realized. That's what we will see in this chapter. The reciters, they thought that okay, we are not qualified to glorify the Supreme Personality of God. But then, nevertheless, let us glorify. So Prabhupada writes in the purport that we may not be qualified, but we should attempt to glorify the Lord. So giving class or preaching means just repeating, sharing. Okay, this is what we read from Prabhupada's books, we share it. And sometimes if we, by Krishna's mercy, we get some realization, something, then we can share, okay, fine, this is what I realized, okay, I heard from acharyas and devotees. Otherwise, just share it. This is what, that is what. If somebody asks some question, okay, I heard it from my seniors, from Bhagavatam, from Prabhupada, from spiritual master, this is like this, sharing our ideas. And the quality of the role of a teacher, I think the role of a teacher is very high. A teacher, he lives by his example. In traditional Gurukul system is, the students and teachers are living together. So teachers observe the student, the students observe the teacher. Mutual. So it's very high character. So in all aspects, Swadhyay, Sadhana, Sadachar, then their Sangha, all of them are together. So if we have that kind of atmosphere, of course, we share the realization and different things. But most of the time in preaching, sharing Krishna consciousness, we share that what we read in Prabhupada's purports. Often we can see when devotees are asked, okay, Prabhuji, can you give a class or something like this? They feel, Prabhu, how can I speak? I am not qualified. I don't know anything. And they feel shy and they feel nervous also. And they feel lack of confidence also. Fine. So one thing is public speaking, different thing. But another thing is sharing about Krishna. That is not a big deal if we study Prabhupada's books regularly. If we are reading every day a significant time Prabhupada's books and hearing Prabhupada, hearing from other senior devotees, hearing Bhagavatam class. So at least 10 minutes speak what I heard. Okay, I heard this, I heard this, I heard this. Prabhupada said this, Prabhupada said this, or this senior devotee, he said in this line, and Prabhupada said in this, just sharing. Even that much if we do it from Prabhupada's books, being loyal to Prabhupada and Parampara, that itself is preaching. It's not that we have to tell some high things. If somebody can tell some high things with some realizations, it's always glorified. But again, personal realization means what? Prabhupada talks in 1.4.1, Srimad Bhagavatam. 1.4.1. I hope we remember in first canto Bhagavad Gita we had the questions. That time I used to make the question papers. Personal realization. Prabhupada talked about 6 points of personal realizations. How can personal realization come to us and how can we share that? Yeah. So Prabhuji asked here that on the one hand, you ask us to study Prabhupada's books in this manner, scrutinizingly, but in Canto 1, one of the slokas says that Bhagavatam is meant simply for hearing and relishing. So how do we understand? Yeah, this text in Bhagavatam, Vayam tuna viktipyana uttama shloka vikrame yakshvinvatam rasagyanam swadu swadu pade pade. So the pure souls, they at every step, they relish it. They relish at every step. So yeah, ultimately Bhagavatam should be relished only. Swadu swadu aswadan swajatiya snigdha. In swajatiya snigdha Vaishnava Sangha should relish it. Just like Parikshit Maharaj, Sukdev Goswami, they relished it. So Sukdev Goswami didn't take any exam of Parikshit Maharaj. Okay, you heard 7 days. Now you have to appear in the test exam. Then I'll give you a certificate. Bhagavad Vichar or Bhagavad Bhakti Vaibhav. No. They just relished it. So ultimately we should relish it. But then because we are in the conditioned state, we are Vidhi Bhaktas, we are not on that state to relish it directly. Okay, just here and oh, Bhagavatam, Krishna is saying Krishna's wonderful beauty, relationship, the sweetness between devotees and the Lord. So therefore, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he made this system, okay, exam, we need to give exam. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he himself made this system of exam. He himself would make the question paper. He himself would sit and correct the question papers. So exam means analytical study. You have to study things, what is there, what is there. So first of all, we are not on that level, that we are just relishing. We are not on that level. So therefore, we need to study Prabhupada's books scrutinizingly. So there is one particular, I'll just quote this and we will end and start our discussion of the chapter. Prabhupada wrote to Hridayananda. No, Hridayananda at the time, maybe. Not Hamsadut Prabhu, maybe, yeah. Just a minute, let me find out that. Prabhupada wrote Hamsadut Prabhu, 22nd June 1972. Okay. Very nice, important letter of Prabhupada. Correspondence, 1972. June. Hamsadutta. Yeah. So, okay. I am very pleased to see that things are going on and that new centers are opening, many in Germany. Now I am feeling very much inclined for retiring behind the scenes to translate my Srimad Bhagavatam. This means that now you all leaders, especially the GBC members, must become very much responsible and do the work that I am doing to the same standard. So I want you leaders especially to become very much absorbed in the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and become yourselves completely convinced and free from all doubt. On this platform, you shall be able to carry on the work satisfactorily. But if there is a lack of knowledge, if there is forgetfulness, everything will be spoiled in time. So especially You must encourage the students to read our books throughout the day as much as possible and give them all good advice how to understand the books and inspire them to study the things from every point of view. This is what we are trying to see, that what Prabhupada wrote is that try to understand the books from every point, study the things from every point of view. Different point of view may be there. Try to understand and analyze these things scrutinizingly. In this way, by constantly engaging our tongues in the service of the Lord, either by discussing his philosophy or by chanting Hare Krishna, the truth is that Krishna himself will reveal himself to us and we shall understand how to do everything properly. Now, we have got so many students and so many temples, but I am fearful that if we expand too much in this way, that we shall become weakened and gradually the whole thing will become lost. Just like milk, we may thin it more and more with water for cheating the customer, but in the end, it will cease to be any longer milk. Better to boil the milk now very vigorously and make it thick and sweet. Somebody came here now. Okay. Make it sweet and sweet. That is the best process. So let us concentrate on training our devotees very thoroughly in the knowledge of Krishna consciousness from our books, from tapes, by discussing always, and in so many ways instruct them in the right propositions. So this is what Prabhupada said. Try to study things from every point of view. So there can be many point of views. So I try to make few of the things in my small understanding. What all different, oh, there's some storm is coming maybe. From different points of view, how to study Prabhupada's book. So I try to make a small presentation, try to summarize it. Many more things are there. Okay. I'm planning to make some workshop, maybe 3 or 4 days workshop, where we try to go deep into more of the things and try to practice them, find out in Prabhupada's differences. So in our classes, we'll try to see different things here. Okay, just a minute. I'll just close my door. Otherwise, this. Okay. So now we'll see. Hare Krishna. The connection got down here in my institute, so we got geo connection now. So first, we'll just see the brief. Structure for a king via text one and the 4 to 21, King Prithu manifests the qualities of demigods. Even after the humble chastisement of King Prithu, the professional birds continue to glorify him. So that is the main thing of this theme of this chapter. Text 1. The great sage Maitreya continued, while King Prithu thus spoke, the humility of his nectarian speeches pleased the reciters very much. Then again they continued to praise the king highly with exalted prayers as they had been instructed by the great sages. Okay, I just wanted to do a small exercise before I start it. I just so we all know this verse of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Sarvadharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Aham sarvashucha. The famous Bhagavad Gita. Even right of religion and surrender unto me, I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. So the exercise is, what can be the title of this translation or the text? What can be the title according to you? Please give title and title this verse in the chat box. Let us see how many types of titles may come in this one translation. Read this translation and just give a title, provide a title. Surrender, okay. Surrender, one title, surrender, okay. What else? Krishna's ultimate promise, okay. Goal of Krishna consciousness, okay. Process of surrender, okay. What else? What else? Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. Okay. What else? You can think of the translation. Think of the words. What else can we say? Ultimate promise. Yeah, ultimate promise. Ultimate promise. Or I would like to say like this. Krishna's promise. Krishna's promise also. Yeah, what else? Safety guaranteed. Yeah. Safety guaranteed. Good, very good. What else can be there? Real protector's identity. Okay. What else? Don't fear when Krishna is near. Okay, very good. Okay, what else? Formula. Okay, formula for fearlessness. Good. Deliverance from sinful reactions. Good. Anything else? Anything else? It is also, this verse also said that ultimate instructions. Ultimate, something like this. Ultimate instruction of Godhead. So, yeah, final instruction. With final instruction. Don't doubt Krishna. Yeah. Don't doubt Krishna. Sarvadharman parityajya. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vrajaha. Aham tvam sarva papebhya moksheshyami ma suchaha. So we got surrender, Krishna's ultimate promise. Then goal of Krishna consciousness, process of surrender. Don't worry. Ultimate promise, Krishna's promise. This thing. This is together. Real protector's identity. Who will save us? Krishna will save us. Then don't fear. Krishna is near us. Don't fear. Or how to be fearless? To be sinless. How to be sinless? How to be fearless? So the process of being sinless, the process of being fearless. Formula for fearlessness. Deliverance from sinful reactions. The ultimate instruction of Godhead. Final instruction. Don't doubt Krishna. Just see on one particular verse. Just this one line or two lines. Just a small translation. On that, from how many angles we got, how many titles we got, different devotees contribute to different things. So that's what in our classes, Bhakti classes, what I give the homework, home task, that the devotees are supposed to read the chapter what we are going to study the next class, and they are supposed to write their own titles. In the class, devotees share what did he write, what did they write, like the different devotees. So on one particular verse, we get different kind of titles. So we can note it down on one text. You note it down all kinds, all the angles. When we memorize the verses, similarly, we can think of how can I connect this verse system in different angles, in different areas, teaching application, personal application, different areas we can connect this verse. So like that, devotees can share with each other. Okay, I studied this entire chapter 4.16, and I get the titles. Enter 27 verses, 27 titles, or sometimes one verse, multiple titles. I get another devotee gave another title, so I can share with each other, and I can note down what did he write. So one particular verse, different devotees can see from different angles. So that can help meditate on that particular verse. What did Krishna say on this? And different aspects of the sloka, we can meditate on this. Sometimes we just read and just go, skip it, something like this. We just do patha. But when you do vichara or meditation, that's what when Prembodhanaru was relishing, aswadana. How do we relish? We try to meditate on that. Just like when somebody does painting, like when the painters were doing painting on Bhagavata, witty painting, Yadurani Mataji and all, they would come to Prabhupada. That Prabhupada, how do we paint Krishna? How do we paint Mahaprabhu? How do we paint Mother Sachi? How do we paint Yashoda or Nanda or Madhumangal? How do we paint? Then Prabhupada would say Madhumangal is like this, he's like this. So they would try in different places of Bhagavatam for description of Madhumangal. How did he wear dress? So that is meditation. They would meditate. Guru Maharaj is writing this book, Chaitanya book, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. So then in that part we are doing, the painter is there, one devotee is doing art. So he comes and asks that, how do we paint this in 1500th century? How would the houses look like in Bengal? How would the people wear sari and all, dhoti? Different things. So he's meditating on that, how in a particular small picture of that. So similarly, when we read Srimad Bhagavatam, okay, Krishna's beauty is being described. Narad Muni say, Tarunam Ramani Yangam Arunostraikshanagaram Prasannavadam Nekshanam. The Lord's beautiful face, his smiling, his reddish lips. So we just read and go through. No, just pause and just try to meditate. Okay, just close eyes, just like the meditation. Close your eyes, different you can do it. Okay, Krishna's, you need not close eyes. Just read it and see that, okay, this entire scenario is being described. Dhruva Maharaj is fighting with the Yakshas. All these serpents are coming, attacking him. So picturize it in your mind. Mentally draw a picture. We cannot draw the picture in with pen and pencil or brush and all colors, but draw it in mind. Similarly, this way, Bhaktivedanta Thakur would inspire his devotees to write poems in his Namata. He would inspire them to write poems. So in our Bengali classes of PhD, I would tell them, okay, your home task is to read these purports and try to summarize them and give the main essential points of that, just like make about titles and all. So some devotees would write some poems based on purports. Just like Prabhupada wrote Gitar Gan, the main text he converted into Bengali song, Gitar Gan. So some devotees would do that with purport. With Prabhupada purport, they would do some 2 line or 3 line or 4 line, they would write some poem. So this is what Prabhupada said. So when you think about the particular thing, philosophy, and then you try to fit it in a melody or some rhyming, some poem. So that way you meditate on that, relish it, and try to, then that becomes more stabilized in your mind and heart. So that way you can do. Yeah, so lots of discussions. We'll just go now, start our main thing. But this is what we got. This is what we got in on one text. I share this in the subgroup. That one. The great sage continued, while King Prithudha spoke, the humility of his nectarian speeches pleased the reciters very much. Then again they continued to praise the king highly with exalted prayers, as they had been instructed by the great sages. So, Prithu Maharaj, he forbade them not to glorify him in previous chapter 4.15. But the great sages, they gave signal to the reciter, the birds, and they understood, okay, their confirmation, and they started again glorifying Prithu Maharaj. Reciters continue, dear king, you are a of Vishnu. By his calmness, you have descended. Therefore, it is not possible for us to actually glorify your exalted activities. Although you have appeared through the body of King Bena, even great orators and speakers like Lord Brahma and other demigods cannot exactly describe the glorious activities of your lordship. Even the great sages, Brahma and or great sages and Brahma and Shiva, they also cannot glorify you. So how can we glorify you? So the birds and reciters, they expressed or they admitted their inability. We can give the title here. The reciters admitted their inability to glorify King Prithu. Then text 3. Alternative to glorify, we have a transcendental taste for glorifying good activities. We shall try to glorify you according to the instructions received from authoritative sages and scholars. Whatever we speak, however, is always inadequate and very insignificant. Dear King, because you are a direct incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all your activities are liberal and ever laudable. So they started to glorify King Prithu. They started to glorify him. That nonetheless, we will glorify you because you are the incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So whatever way we do, whatever we speak, it will be inadequate. Not that, okay, let us wait for 10 years. Let us study the Vedic scripture step for 10 years. And after 10 years, we will start glorifying you. Then we will do it perfectly. Maybe for 100 and billions of lifetimes, we cannot glorify the Lord perfectly. That's what Brahmaji, he freed Anviksha Manishaya. In, I think, third canto it was there. His confirmation or his realization after studying the entire Vedic scripture 3 times. He said that the Lord cannot be understood fully. That's what he concluded after studying the Vedic scriptures. Some devotees think like this. One devotee was saying that there was one particular devotee that he is just studying Bhagavad Gita 10 times, 15 times, 20 times. He is not studying Bhagavata. He said, first I will study Bhagavad Gita very nicely, perfectly. I will master on Bhagavad Gita. Then I will go to Srimad Bhagavatam. First I will read all the verses, memorize all the verses and read, understand entire Bhagavad Gita from different things, all the Acharya's commentaries. So for last 10, 15, 20 years, he just studying Bhagavad Gita only. With one Guru was saying that one devotee was like this in some way. So that is not the way that we, nevertheless, we study Bhagavad Gita for 100 years also, we cannot understand it fully. We cannot perfectly understand or recite Bhagavad Gita. That is like oceanic. So, 4. This king, Maharaj Prithu, is the monks, though religious principles, as such, he will engage everyone in the pursuit of religious principles and give those principles all protection. He will also be a great chastiser to the irreligious and atheistic. Irreligious and atheistic. The upper of dharma, that's what he is. Then text 5. This king alone, in his own body, will be able in due course of time to maintain all living entities and keep them in a pleasant condition by manifesting himself as different demigods to perform various departmental activities. Thus, he will maintain the upper planetary system by inducing the populace to perform Vedic sacrifices. In due course of time, he will also make this earthly planet by discharging proper rainfall. Due course of time, he will do that. So his activities, they are describing it now, started that will get proper rainfall, and then he'll maintain the upper planets also by performing sacrifice. So when an earthly king will maintain the heavenly planet by inducing or by inspiring his citizens to perform sacrifices. Is interesting. Will as a sun god. Just for example, just let us say that, okay, our entire institution is gone. We depend on devotees, our well-wishers. They help us, they donate, they sponsor for Krishna service, and then we engage that in Krishna service. So now in this situation of coronavirus and all, people are in economical financial crisis. So we are also finding some challenges because we are not getting as much as donations as we would get earlier. So Guru Maharaj is also saying to devotees all over the world through Facebook and his website that please come forward and help. So we depend on these people, they help us. The devotees outside, they help us. Sadhus depend on them. And they depend on the sadhus. And similarly, the heavenly planets, they depend on the earthly planet, that what sacrifice we do. So I made a video on YouTube long back that, are the sadhus parasites? Like often when we go for preaching, the non-devotees, materialists, they just criticize the devotees, that you people are parasites. You are not doing anything, you are good for nothing, you are just sitting and just doing your own whatever. We are doing the real work. We are going to workplace, we are working, we are earning money, or we are producing food or doing things, and you are just chanting, sitting in your temple and taking money from us at the end of month. You are depending on us, parasites. So how do we answer that? So in Bhagavad Gita, we can see what Krishna says is Annat bhavanti bhutani parjanna danna sambhava. Yagyat bhavanti parjanya yagya karma samudbhavaha. That when devotees perform sacrifice, demigods are pleased, they give us rainfall, and when there is sufficient rain, then there is crop, anya, the food we get. Cycle. So it is the devotees who are doing for the world. It is actually the devotees who are working for the world. They are doing sacrifice. In Kali Yuga, who is doing sacrifice? Only the devotees, those who are chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. They are doing the sacrifice, sitting in temple. And because of their sacrifice, because of their chanting, there is rainfall on the earth. And because of the sadhus, the non-devotees, they are getting food. So no matter whatever big technology or advancement we do, corporate world or maybe machine we invent, science is developed, everybody needs food. This coronavirus, everybody is running behind food only. Nobody is going to buy some iPhone or iPad or different things. People are going to buy foods only. So that's why farmers are mainly important. They are the main key of the society, farmers. And farmers depend on the rain, and rain depends on sacrifice, and sacrifice depends on sadhus. So therefore, sadhus are the real beings of the society. So who are the parasites? Are the sadhus parasites or materialist people, non-devotees are parasites? Actually, they are parasites on sadhus. They are living on sadhus. Sadhus are not living on them. So similarly, when devotees perform sacrifice or in this earth, upper planetary system also, they are maintained. This king Prithu will be as powerful as the sun god, and just as the sun god equally distributes his sunshine to everyone, King Prithu will distribute his mercy equally. Similarly, just as the sun god evaporates water for 8 months and during the rainy season returns it profusely, this king will also exact taxes from the citizens and return these monies in times of need. This is the process, just like this is what the government should do. Government is getting taxes from all these people throughout the year. This is the crisis time. People are not finding. So government should come forward and open this government treasury for all the people, government employees, they are keeping the money in their pocket. This King Prithu will be very, very kind to all citizens, even though a poor person may trample over the king's head by violating the rules and regulations. The king, out of his boundless mercy, will be forgetful and forgiving. The protector of the world will be as tolerant as the earth itself. So now he's comparing from 6 to 14. 6 to 14, the reciters, they are comparing Prithu Maharaj with different beings. So in text 6, they compared Prithu Maharaj with sun. In text 7, they compared Prithu Maharaj with earth, Bhumi. Just like the sun takes the water 8 months and 4 months, profusely pours rain. Similarly, king also should give it back charity, they should give it back the taxes what they collect. And secondly, the earth, just like the earth tolerates everything, the earth is trampled by poor person or everyone, but the earth doesn't retaliate. Similarly, the king, he will also tolerate the affectionate earth. Then text 8, there is and the citizens are in great danger due to the scarcity of royal personality of God, be able to successfully the heavenly King Indra. Thus, he will very easily be able to protect the citizens from drought. So, like Indra, he will bring rainfall for his citizens, just like Indra did. Then text 9 is Chandra, moon. This king, Prithu Maharaj, by virtue of his affectionate glances and beautiful moonlight face, which is always smiling with great affection to the citizens, will enhance everyone's peaceful life. Just like the moon is very pleasant, moonlight face, Koti Chandra Shushitala, Nitai Pada Kamala, Koti Chandra Shushitala. Very cooling effect, very pleasing. Similarly, this king, he will, by his affectionate glances and beautiful moonlight face, he will make everyone peaceful. Then text 10 is about Varuna. This king, no one will be able to understand the policies of king will follow. His activities will also be very confidential, and it will be not possible for anyone to know how he will make every activity successful. His treasury will always remain unknown to everyone. He will be the reservoir of unlimited peace and good qualities, and his portion contained in Varuna, the deity of the seas, covered all around by water. So just like Varuna means the ocean is so deep, none can understand that how much valuable and glorious things, objects, the Varuna is hiding inside the ocean. None can understand the depth of the ocean. Similarly, this king, he will be confidential. None will be able to understand policies, activities, his methods of success. Things will be confidential. Some things need to be confidential, and something need to be public. Need to understand the difference. Now this is Facebook and all everything became open. Actually, it's between public life and our personal life. This public life, Facebook, internet, these are only for preaching, paropoka, not for sopoka. So somebody will wake up, devotees, and they will share posts. Okay, feeling so great, prasadam, some emotion they will share. Fine, but then ultimately no need. We can share the teachings of Lord. We can share the message of Krishna consciousness. Preach it. Use this online. But our personal life, many things. Sometimes we can see devotees are sharing. It is there should be a certain distinction or difference between that. Then 11 is Agni, fire. So just like Agni is powerful, King Prithu was born of the dead body of King Vena, as fire is produced from Agni wood. The particular wood, from that we get fire. Similarly, King Prithu came from Vena. Thus, King Prithu will always remain just like fire, and his enemies will not be able to approach him. Indeed, he will be unbearable to his enemies. For all those staying very near him, they will never be able to approach him, but will have to remain as if far away. No one will be able to overcome the strength of King Prithu. He will be so powerful that although his enemies will come near him, but they will not be able to approach him. He will be unbearable to the enemies, although he is staying near him. King Prithu will be able to see all internal and external activities of every one of his citizens. No one will be able to know a system of business, and he himself will remain neutral regarding all methods of glorification or vilification paid to him. He will be exactly like air, a life force within the body, which is exhibited internally and externally, it is due to all this. Just we have life air, life air is outsiders. So what is going on within our body, Bhagavata knows them, and what is outside our body, Bhagavata knows them. Similarly, then you'll be impartial. Fourth is what is happening? What is happening here? I have one here. Hare Krishna. Okay. Hare Krishna. Yeah. This king will always remain on the path of piety. He will be neutral to both his son and the son of his enemy. If the son of his enemy just as the sun god expands his shining rays up to the Arctic without impedance, the influence of King Prithu will cover all tracts of land up to the Arctic region and will remain undisturbed as long as he lives. By his all citizens will remain satisfied. So the citizens will take great satisfaction in accepting him as their king. The king will be firmly determined always situated in truth. He will be a lover of the Brahmanical culture and will render all service to all sheltered, all surrendered souls. Giving respect to all, he will always be merciful to the poor and innocent. The king will respect all women as if they were his own mother. and he will treat his own wife as the other half of his body. He will be just like an affectionate father to his citizens, and he will treat himself as the most obedient servant of the devotees who always preach the glories of the Lord. The king will consider all embodied living entities as dear as his own self, and he will always be increasing the pleasure of his friends. He will intimately associate with liberated persons, and he will be chastising hand to all impious persons. The king is the master of all three worlds, the three worlds, and he is directly empowered by the supreme personality of Godhead. He is without change, and he is an incarnation of the supreme known as Shaktya Veshavatar. Being a liberated soul and completely learned, he sees all material varieties as meaningless because their basic principle is nescience. This king, being uniquely powerful and heroic, will have no competitor. He will travel around the globe on his victorious chariot, holding his invincible bow in his hand and appearing exactly like the sun, which rotates in its own orbit from the south. When the king travels all over the world, other kings as well as the demigods will offer him all kinds of presentations. The queens will also consider him the original king, who carries in his hands the emblems of club and disc, and will sing of his fame, for he will be as reputable as the supreme personality of Godhead. This king, this protector of the citizens, is an extraordinary king and is equal to the Prajapati demigods. For the living facility of all citizens, he will milk the earth, which is like a cow. Not only that, but he will level the surface of the earth with the pointed ends of his bow, breaking all the hills exactly as King Indra, the heavenly king, breaks mountains, which is powerful thunderbolt, Vajra. When the lion travels in the forest with its tail turned upward, all menial animals over the string of his bow, which is made of the horns of goats and bulls, and is irresistible in battle. All demoniac rogues and thieves will hide themselves in all directions. All the source of at the source of river Saraswati, this king will perform 100 sacrifices known as Ashwamedha. In the course of the last sacrifice, the heavenly king Indra will steal the sacrificial horse. This king will meet Sanat Kumar, one of the four Kumaras, in the garden of his palace compound. The king will worship him with devotion and will be fortunate to receive instructions by which one can enjoy transcendental bliss. In this way, when the chivalrous activities of the king Prithu come to be known to the people in general, King Prithu will always hear about himself and his uniquely powerful activities. No one will be able to disobey the orders of Prithu Maharaj. After conquering the world, he will completely eradicate the threefold miseries of the citizens. Then he will be recognized all over the world. At that time, both the Suras and the Asuras will undoubtedly glorify his magnanimity. This hardification of the of this next chapter 4.70. We can end it here. So this is the main theme of this chapter. Prithu Maharaj's glorification. What he will do. His future activities also are glorified in this chapter. What all he did, chastised the impious people and milked the earth and all of them. So today I think we can end here. And if anybody want to ask any quick question, chat box is there. And next class also similar we will do. We will share the link at, I think we don't need to share it at 4 o'clock. Today we share it at 4 o'clock because you will be Mataji asked me because many of them may be new in Zoom. So for that. So for next class at 4:30 sharp or maybe 4:25, we'll share the link in WhatsApp also, in email also. You can click on the link and we will start the class. So you can end it here today. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo Ramo, Hare Hare. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, पितु महाराज की जय, बोलो प्रेम। अच्छा, one question came here. How did the reciters know that Indra will steal the horse? It is also said that we will see that the reciters, they also have had some this astrological understanding. They recited, and just like in the place of Parikshit Maharaj's appearance, also time also you can see that Parikshit Maharaj, the Brahmanas and the astrologers, Jyotishis, they predicted his future, that Parikshit Maharaj, he will put the snake around the neck of Shamik Rishi and he will be cursed by Shringi and different, he'll hear back. All these things were told in advance. So similarly, here might be the Jyotishis were also there. And these birds and reciters, they also knew this quality, glories from this. All the Brahmana sages were there, Brahmanas were there, and they were perfect in astrology. So they heard from them and described. This might be the only way. Otherwise, we'll see that if any other acharya said about it or not. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.